that the greatest representative of the colonial master isn't the old empires. Those have been defeated. They all got independence. It's the new one, the economic monster from which we did not get independence, which is global capitalism, which is represented, or was, by the United States. So Israel is the United States for them. And by the United States making Israel its partner, or whatever the language is, you are telling the Muslim world, if you hate Israel for all the religious reasons, or the Palestine story, or whatever, then the United States that's them. You know, Israel is the 51st state, or however they talk about it. It's a kind of every time Mr. Biden gets up and says, we will be with Israel all along, it's one more nail in the coffin, man. It just does not, you have to be blind not to understand. And that's true not just in the Middle East, but in the whole Muslim world. That goes to Indonesia, Pakistan, or any of the other major Muslim countries, not to speak of Africa, or the growth of Islam in Latin America, all of which are significant. There's a level here. Here's the irony. The United States, after World War II, developed a commitment to things that were either called containment or some other kind of policy to isolate Russia, the Soviet Union, or to Eastern Europe, or now to isolate. You know who's getting isolated? We are. It's the person who's busy painting everything in their environment, and then they end up in that, like in the cartoon, they've painted themselves into a corner. We're not isolating others, you stupid fuck. We're isolating us. That's come on, it's the Hegelian moment. You recognize always the other lurking. The boundary of whatever it is what separates you from the other. And the boundary being on both means the other is with you through the how hard is that? But we don't teach Hegel in the United States. By the way, there was no course on Hegel at Harvard.
Not at Stanford either, really.
No. The only place when I was interested in really doing this were Catholic schools. The Catholic schools in America had courses on Hegel. I think because they took philosophy, if you're going to read, I don't know, Thomas Aquinas or St. Augustine or all the other greats of that tradition, you realize they were the big people for Hegel and Kant and Fichte and Schelling and all the rest, and now you understand. Anyway, no Hegel. It's either right or wrong. It cannot be both.
You used this word blinded with great vigor a couple of minutes ago, and I don't think that I am blinded to this particular conflict as much as I am just woefully ignorant. And the one that I have in mind is that between Ukraine and Russia. There is so much to study, so much to read about, and it's just one that I haven't spent much time with. But I did see the headlines this weekend that you referenced earlier, that Ukraine has made this valiant incursion into Russian territory. And as somebody who is woefully uninformed, you labeled this as propaganda. It didn't occur to me that it was propaganda. I just sort of tacitly assumed, it's the news. Ukraine is about to win this war and somehow Russia is on its heels.
Yeah.
And so let me just ask if you could, I found that answer about Israel's role in this dispute between the G7 and the BRICS very helpful. What is Ukraine's role in this dispute between the G7 and BRICS, and what's going on with this conflict right now, and why are people thinking or saying that Ukraine is winning now?